Welcome back to Factorio Seablock and TSM. We're in the 70s and the episodes count at this time. Last episode we were trying to get the aluminium on here. Mainly getting trains in. I have sorted the train out, it's been delivering. This has been running. What else can I say? I've set up this is just a standard aluminium pickup stop, and this is crushed stone, and then two of the two geodes we're picking up here. Obviously we're starting to build ourselves a problem in terms of the fluorite ore, and I'm just going to call it the other one for want of what it actually is. This thing that's appearing here. So they're going to be a future problem, but we can deal with them in the future. Now, one thing about this is it ends up being a bit wider than I really intended, so there's less room, and I've also possibly put these too far up on the idea that I might have a train come in and pick up these fluids later. So I've left myself less room for expansion, which might be a problem. Certainly this is delivering aluminium at a much greater rate than this one, which I don't think has quite made it. No, I don't think it's even got to 1,000, increased by 1,000 in the time this one has made a delivery, and even possibly filled up an aluminium train. The catalyst train is full. I don't know if there's an aluminium. No, there's no aluminium train waiting, but certainly that's vastly better than it was. And we're actually getting some progress now. I don't know if this has even made it to Blue Science yet. No, it's so recent that it has actually happened that this is still heading to Blue Science. It's not actually there yet, but this does highlight my other issue potentially, which is we're not even filling a belt with the aluminium. So that could be an issue as far as well, I mean, we're using it in science, but also it's a component in the red circuits. 4 aluminium plates per red circuit. And as you can see, red circuits is sort of on our list. Plastic also, it's not quite as straightforward, obviously, as in vanilla, but you use plastic in this item here, the integrated circuits, I think it is. Where's the Bob Electronics? Transistors. We also use plastic in integrated circuits, but it's the transistors where we first use it. So if this process was to be pushed a bit faster, the plastic was becoming an issue. Given how long it's been with no aluminium, we've probably backed up again. Not as far as I'd like. We have 2 processes that are contributing to building plastic. So, and it's mainly this one that's supplying it, but it's mainly the other one that I want to boost, which uses this plant, this growth through the plant technologies. So I want to boost that up so that we can run some of these machines at slightly closer to their capacity, which probably means I want to build out here, this general area, like we do here. We're not going to build another, we'd already gone too far to build another one of these city blocks, so this is just a sideways extension of our bus for the purposes of agri technology. So that's what we're going to do right now. Aluminium may still be an issue, but what do I need first? Probably what I need first is some space in my inventory. I certainly don't need copper ingots. You guys can go in there. I don't really need these either. Most of these things, in fact. A little bit hard to work out how I can get rid of some of them. I've picked up way too much tin, because I obviously don't need a whole lot of tin. No, I can't put you in there. No, I can't put you in there. Still have 37, that's no good. Still have 19. Nine. 1. There we go. One way to save one spot. I'm just carrying too much stuff, really. I really don't know when I'm going to need some cobalt steel and some invar plate. I do use the brass occasionally. I don't think I manually use solder or solder coils. Maybe I can dump those in there. No. One more. There we go. That's given me a little bit more space. So what I want to do first of all is to get some landfill. I was thinking I'd leave this 38k supply alone and make a point of actually taking some landfill out of our mineral sludge production from down here, just because if I don't clear it and it gets too much, it will block. And the other thing is it will give me an excuse to have a look. I should make a path along here. I've certainly run out here often enough. Either that or I should make a point of using a train a little bit more often. So yes, I'm talking about all these little boxes. What sort of quantity do we have? 10k. They're all sort of getting up there. 6k, that's not quite so bad. 5k. 3k. Down this end, for some reason, it's not quite as extreme. Alright, well, in that case, let's take 5 from there and 3 from here. There we go, we've got 8k. There's a tiny bit that sits in here. Nothing to worry about, though. Oh, and I did fix... I think I fixed the... So I was bleeding... bleeding away the sulfur... This is not necessary either. The sulfur wastewater I was clarifying away, but I think I have stopped that now, and all of the sulfuric wastewater goes straight through into here. Anyway, we'll leave that process. Hopefully it's under control. And get back to the order of business, which is agriculture. Just as well I don't have 20-minute episodes. By the time I finished rambling at the beginning, we're almost halfway through what you'd get in a 20-minute episode. Completely and utterly pointless. We're starting to get some blue science, but not enough to get past beginning. We're starting to get some red circuits, which is way overloaded this lot. Kind of all as expected. Alright, let's start with get out here, let's get a bigger brush in terms of the landfill. Might as well come all the way out here. I don't know how much we actually are going to need, but saw how much landfill we have. It's not like I need to be especially careful with it at the moment. So I basically want this process, I think, at least 4 times as much. This one needs 20 binifran. And I guess the other thing I probably should do is look to try and make some more of this stuff. Oh, which means we needed paper to be able to make that. I remember now. Okay, that's that is something we're going to have to deal with soon. Let's get some farms, some basic farms. I think that's the only sort of farms I can make still. Yeah, basic farms. And of course, we're missing our favourite iron. I guess for this process, I'll start with about 4. Which is kind of convenient. What's this? How did I get plastic in there? I had these guys along here. And then maybe just a slight bit more landfill. We could then copy this recipe. Binifran. That's yellow. Okay, so we now need seed machines. 2 should be sufficient. It seems to be enough down here. 1 between 2. And I'll put them hard up against these guys because I've got Bob inserters, so why not? You place there, you place there. You place there. Actually, there would be better. And you place there. Okay, that should be all those things, and then you need this stuff as well. Okay. I didn't think of that when I was being so clever with this, what is it, saline solution. Oops. Okay, we've gone a bit further than intended, but that will be okay. We can scale our brush size down a little bit, and perhaps have one that will run through along here. Yes, I really need the next size of power pole. Now we just need to get some vinifran seed into these machines. And you've got 20. No. How much do you actually need? 5. Did you get enough of whatever you need? Yes, you did. So, vinifran seed, or vinifran. Is turned into beans 20 every 4 seconds. 20 every 4 seconds. These things make 35 and 30 seconds. So that's a terrible ratio, guys. That really is. It's probably 3 of these, I guess. Net minus 3 machines. Wait a minute, I must be doing this wrong. 20 every 4 seconds, so you need 5 a second. Yes, you make just over 1 a second. So yes, all 4 of these are probably enough for 1 of these. And one of these is a bioprocessor. Bioprocessor, we need some stone brick for a bioprocessor. Nice to see some tech moving again. Still a little bit slow. Power is still not really doing very much. Bioprocessor, okay. could do is put that one in one. Then these guys can feed it directly. These guys are going to have to take a slightly more, roundabout route. Oops. That should be more or less continuous. So you're making beans. In this thing here, you need 10 beans every 4 seconds. 10 beans every 4 seconds. You make 20. So one running constantly can actually feed 2 of these, the press. 2 press. Okay. What are we missing? Steel plate this time. That's plastic bar. Okay, let's just run up the top. Grab another stack of steel because we're always using it. Press. 1, 2. Press. And this thing makes 30 vegetable oil every, or raw vegetable oil every 4 seconds. This one uses 100 every 4 seconds, so the one machine, if I can fix this lot up, which I probably can, fix it up like this. Then we can just bring the output from here straight into here. Kind of. Like so. And something like this. So you make beans, you use beans, that's kind of just perfect, isn't it? Pick up from there, drop off there, and you pick up from there, drop off there is fine. Power. That system should be fairly close to perfectly balanced. Let's have a look. -13. That would seem to suggest my maths is way off. -13. Been a friend by 4 machine. It's 70. 70 per machine. We can consume 1200. That for real? It looks like the bin of Fran is stacking up. Not You're waiting on beans. I don't know. I may have made a mistake there, but in any event, this thing should be running a lot more often. It's not getting enough charcoal filters at this point. Got 2 there, you've got 4 there. Oh, we're having trouble clearing the vegetable oil, in fact. Yes, that's at 100. That's because the base mineral oil does not wish to go anywhere. That's a bummer, isn't it? I think we're going to be using more base mineral oil in the fairly near future, so I'll do what I do when I don't know what I want to do. It's an awful lot of pipes just for a tank. Brief, how many pipes do you take? 39 iron pipes for some reason. That should have enabled this to go again. Yes. You should be able to go a little bit more often. How much nutrient pulp do you need in this recipe? 100. Oh, we made some. So that would tend to suggest this one should be running a little bit more often. See, hang on, you've got tons of the... Yes, it's acetone. You need 25 acetone. You are running quite often. How much do you actually produce? 15 liquid plastic. How much? It takes 40 to make 4. Well, it's not exactly making that many, but it is making some. I don't know if I can stress these machines much more in terms of how much we should be producing. You are succeeding in keeping the volume down. We're getting a steady increase in solid fuel, which, you know, you could argue maybe I was a bit hasty in getting the solar power, but solar power is certainly a fairly safe option as well, so I don't entirely regret it. Especially if there's any possibility that this is never quite where you need it to be. But looks like it's handling everything fine. Why aren't you going? Oh, you are. Not sure what the different coloration is intended to signify. I think that's all that I wanted to do for now. I might need to double it up, but then I need to double up a whole lot of stuff in here as well. So let's leave that. Let's say, for argument's sake, that our plastic Our plastic is done, so now let's go and have a look at red circuits. Okay, so the first obvious thing is this is utterly woeful, and we're not going to put up with it being this woeful. So this thing is, I think it's fully supplied. No, it's not. Transistors are not happening fast enough. We're getting 5 every 3.5 seconds. This thing needs 4 every 5 seconds, which would work, except this is too fast. So the first obvious thing to do, I guess, is to make at least one of these. We're not having any trouble with basic electronic components, are we? No. How did I end up full of stuff again? Now, are these things able to supply it fast enough? Certainly I don't like the fact that I'm using these machines anymore. Yes, that's temporarily fixed that. So we are running at full capacity now. That's one thing. Okay, these crafting speed 1 versus... Oh, there it is actually an electronics assembly machine. Right, that's the non-electronics assembly machine. It's a complete mess, really. These things have 3 inputs. And they take 5 seconds to craft 1. So I really want like 5 of these machines. We're getting 1 a second. That would be a little bit more realistic for what we need. It's probably still not nearly enough, but it would be a little bit more realistic. I'm pretty sure this is constantly just waiting on these, right? Yes, it uses 2. And that in turn is meaning blue science is traveling at a woeful speed. Okay. A complete redesign of this crap. Pretty awful the way it looks at the moment. What we need is these guys. See what I can do. It's actually 4 components coming into here. I think given the number of basic electronic components and transistors, it's essential to have direct feed of these guys into each one of these. You're hardly needing to work because you get 6 silicon wafers every second. And you need 2 every 3.5 seconds. So you can do like 6 machines by yourself. So what I should really do is have this machine not direct feeding that, but just feeding a line like this. These guys look like they're hardly ever operating as well. Can we do wafers in an electronics machine? That would be the next interesting question. I think the answer is no. You're in the way. Two tinned copper wire for 10. One tinned copper wire. So not much copper wire. You don't need wafers. You just need the tinned copper wire. Okay. Well, I have too much crap in here. What am I going to get rid of? I'm not doing rails at the moment. Just go away. I shouldn't have picked up quite as much of that. In fact, why don't I just put a few of those down here? Now we have some space. Okay, good. What we could do... I think I want another line coming up here. Would mean I need to extend slightly. Could do that. Pick up from there. Up from there. What a belt are you? You're just basic transport belt. Come down like so. Now you... How many have you got left? 15. I'll just do that. Take very long. Ah, we've done it. Okay. Cut. Just a moment. And to resume. Let's just get rid of that. I don't actually want you there. I probably actually want a little bit of, so that I can move this just a tad further. Then I think I'm looking for something like this. That doesn't work. That's all right. Still should be okay. Why did you pick up plastic, you stupid piece of... Come on. All right. Reach into here first. Then you're not going to pick up plastic, are you? Are you? Thank you. Now these, I'm tempted just to make them fast because it seems a little bit stupid not to have them fast. Now, up here, this is totally nonsense. You get out of the way and just add your content to a belt. Oh, and this is nonsense as well. Come on. I've had enough of these inventory problems. Alright, you need to unload then. Just unload. Got 46 of the stuff. Do I have any of that? I have tinned copper wire on me. I don't need that. Go in there. What else do I have? I have that as well. I don't need that. Oh, you need carbon, do you? Yes, you need carbon. Do you need carbon? No. You need to put it on the inside at this point. And we'll put carbon on this end. If we can. 19. Thank you. Okay. You are not doing that. You are doing that, right? Now, this output is ridiculous. We'll output there instead. So this frees us up for the possibility of, well, a second one, but we don't need just a second one. We need a lot more than just a second one. Need you there. Those is sufficient for that product. And how are we going to get this to get on there? I need to move you a little bit. So that you are in fact up here. Drop there, pick up from there, and do it there. Use them as well. Okay, good to know. You need to be a long pickup, and one of you need to be a long pickup as well. So you should be running constantly at maximum production. You are. You should be running constantly at maximum production. It looks like you are. Okay, so this coming through here is kind of silly because I want to double this. It means this also needs to be moved down a whole lot. Yeah, that is what is required. Must be helping a little bit with red circuits. This is where you'd start noticing if it's making any difference. There is definitely quite a strong pause there. Alright, let's see now. Now it's running continuously. So of 2, it is actually running at its optimal, which is still crap. So what we actually need to do is have a row of these things. Looks like we need 2 pairs of these machines for every one of those. How many, how much does this actually produce? 6 seconds, so it's like 1 every 3 seconds, which is, it's not great. Oh, this is actually starting to back up, which I guess is good. Are you sitting here? Yes, you are. So you can easily supply the 4 copper cable per 6 seconds that are required. Yeah. You could supply about 6 of these. Okay, let's try and make 4 of these and then see if we can get that up to 2 or 3 at least. So theoretically, the space required should go about there. So where this comes out is about right if we moved everything else down. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Nothing up. Well, what are we going to do with this in the meantime? Kidding me? Oh man, I don't want any of this stuff. Go in there. Right. And just like that, we need 4 more crafting machines. We can't make any because we're missing iron. 1, 2. Now we're missing steel. That was steel. I'll get it from up the top here. Oh, and advanced circuits themselves. If we can find any. I think I might get it just south of, like here, basically. 1, 2... I think what we want, 4. And I think another couple of those. What belt is this one? Basic. That might have to be turned into a yellow belt. No, I don't want all your junk. I could actually have done with a few inserters. Ah, this is interesting too. So this machine can't cope. I kind of half expected that as well, to be honest. You have plenty of boards. Need these things as well. Okay. I've really built myself into a corner the way I built that, but right. I guess I let it load me up with stuff. I don't want that. Alright. Come on, guys. Oh, 145 robots. Oh, that's because yeah, that's because I put all this in here. No, I'll keep that for now, thanks. It's healthy to see some blue science backing up. What's the reason you're not working? You're not getting transistors. Not getting transistors because they're not getting tinned copper wire, because this is round the wrong way. It's better. Okay, what are we going to do here? What's your speed? 5 seconds to make one. 5 seconds to make one. And how many do we need? we need 1 every 5 seconds. So if we've got 4 here, we need 4 here. That's the simplicity of this mathematical equation. Oh, I can't fit 4 here. So we need 3 more. Just throw you on the other side for the moment. If we had 1, 2, how do you end up picking up all this shit that you don't want? Excuse my language, guys. It's later than I should be doing this, probably. Stop for a bit, huh? Come on. Don't need your junk. Stop. Where are you going to output, guys? What's the problem? So you guys are getting everything except the boards right now. You're just basic electric. And your basic, whatever it is. Well, What are you missing? Why are you missing it? Oh, because you've got 6 boards already. Okay. Right. How do we get boards out of there? This is going to have to change. Something like this. And you pick up from there. You pick up from there as well. Then you are going to drop there and there. And you are going to drop there, pick up from there. Now my only problem is getting some to go into this part. I'm gonna have to do something slightly wonky, which I don't really like doing, but that's what happens when you don't do it properly the first time, and that actually is terrible. No, I need them all drop near. Drop near. Drop near. Oh, that's better. All right, circuit boards. And these keep up. It actually does look like it. Okay, good. Is this thing active? Yes. That might start having problems with sodium hydroxide. We may have to do a prioritization of the sodium hydroxide up the top. We still have down here to go, guys, where the red circuits come through to here, because I expect that this is going to build up now, which is good actually. I may push this up and even this one up and set it up properly as well. But that's going to have to wait for next episode. Thanks very much for joining me for this one. As soon as I have sorted out the sodium hydroxide, I guess we're done. So we need to prioritize sodium hydroxide from south, which I don't think is happening at the moment. Input priority, no, right. Yes, that's what we needed to do. Alright, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.